everybody, welcome back to A Close Heart Experience. My name is Jennifer, for those who do not know me. For those who do and have been here since the beginning, which I know hasn't been very long, but I greatly appreciate you and love each and every one of you. If I could talk you into hitting the like, share, subscribe, the bell, you know, all the things. Make a comment. Let me know what you want to talk about. I'm trying to get other people to send me videos, so you're not just looking at this mug on this channel, and we can gain insight from other people. So if you'd like to share your story, please get a hold of me. My email's in the description. Make a comment below, or let me know what you just want to talk about, and I will find somebody who can talk about it. Anyhow, so today I kind of wanted to touch on, I did a short on, I think I called it Fixie. I know, not much of an imagination here. But basically, I said, you're not responsible to fix anybody. And I probably should have elaborated on that a little bit more. And said that you shouldn't be fixing anybody unless you got a PhD behind your name, or a counselor or a therapist, something along those lines. I kind of had a conversation with a friend, and we were talking about why would people want to fix somebody. There's a difference between fixing and listening and helping. You can listen to somebody all day long, but you can't lead a horse to water to make them drink. You know, that's kind of my point here. They would have to fix themselves. And if it's a problem, why would you choose to stay there? And if it's, they're not all that into you, no, you can't fix that. Find somebody who is. There's 100 million people out there that would cherish the ability to be with you. If they don't want to put the effort in, if they don't want to work on themselves, and you don't want to work on yourself, then maybe that's not the relationship for you. And I kind of want to use myself as an example. I have been poked fun at for being a hermit, and it doesn't really bother me. I do enjoy my own company more than probably the company of others. I need to reduce this, sorry. That's not something I can change. I'm a loner. I always have been a loner, and I know that this YouTube channel kind of is the exact opposite of that, and maybe that's the reason it's good for me, is because I'm talking about things that I typically would not tell other people. But I'm not, most of the relationships I've had in my life have been competitive, and I don't like to compete against other people. I will deal with conflict, but I don't like conflict. If you want to start a fight, I'm going to walk the other direction. I'm going to probably say my piece, and you're not going to like it because there's going to be a lot of words involved. But typically, I like being on my own. I'm in this office a lot by myself. And I don't have a problem with it. I prefer to work alone. I love the peace and quiet. That's why I want a garden so much. Nobody will volunteer to weed a garden with you. So you can be out there by yourself amongst the flowers and the tomatoes and the cucumbers. And I think there's a slight part of it that nobody's asking me for anything as well. And I know that a lot of that is a burden I have brought on myself. We've talked about that in other videos. But also, I have thought a lot because my husband is older than I am. What would happen if he were no longer here with me? And I know I've joked in other videos that I am cynical when it comes to other relationships, and I am. I really dislike the idea of having to learn somebody new. Sometimes the devil you know is easier to deal with, I guess. And I'm not calling John a devil. I am just saying I have heard some really bad dating horror stories as of late, and I really don't want to partake in any of that. But that's assuming somebody would want to. Anyhow, my point is it has been pointed out to me by a close friend that I might have a little bit of fight or flight in me because I'm constantly on call. I don't have a PhD behind my name, but the minute my husband had that stroke, I became a nurse. I became a full-time nurse and somewhat of a doctor. I have to make sure that the doctors are aware of all of his pills. He has got like 7 different doctors. And every time we go there, I have to update them, even though it's in the computer system, on what pill he's taking and why and for how long. I have to take, and the nurse takes it, and sometimes he does it. His blood sugar twice a day and his blood pressure twice a day, because when they put him on seizure meds, it affected the way his blood pressure medicine was working. So we have to monitor that, and we have to read it to a nurse, pharmacist, I'm sorry, the blood pressure numbers once a month. So there's a lot, and I have to advocate for him every time. I'm sorry, the face color keeps changing. The screensaver on my computer's acting up and it's overriding my light. But anyhow, there's so much you have to know and understand. I have to ask so many questions just to make sure I'm clear before we leave a doctor's office. I do his pills once a month. I have to split them up and make sure they're all set up. What if I put the wrong pill? You know, there's a lot of responsibility there. But the fight or flight comes from always being on call. Not only am I his nurse, continually asking him if he's okay, but I'm also a business owner. So I'm constantly putting out fires every 5 seconds. Whether it's John's attitude or trying to get something done at work, at the office, or there's a problem with an employee, or, you know, something along those lines. I am constantly on the go. And when he had his first seizure the week after the stroke, I think I've mentioned this in other videos, I only came to the office for an hour to do a client meeting to get some tax documents or something. And then I was going to head back home. I didn't want to leave him, but I didn't really have a choice that day. We couldn't do it telephonically. Anyhow, once the meeting was over, I texted him to check on him. He didn't answer, and I just kind of figured he was either in the shower or napping or something. I waited 15 minutes and I tried to call him back. He still didn't answer. After about 45 minutes, I jumped in the car and I found him unresponsive. And this has caused me to be a little overreactive. When he doesn't answer, I have a tendency to want to jump in the car and run home because I'm afraid something has happened. And then the second seizure, we were in bed. And for instance, just the other night, after the second seizure, John has had some sort of issues of falling out of bed in the middle of the night. When I say falling, it's like his feet are hitting the floor. And I can't figure out if he's dreaming about running or something along those lines, and he just takes off from a laying down position. It's the weirdest thing, but when his feet hit the floor, it is so loud. And when he had that second seizure, he hit the floor hard. That's what woke me up. And then his head hit the side table. And so now when he falls out of bed, for a while there, it was really bad. He was falling out just about every night. I had to buy a bar that you strap it to the mattress, basically, to the side of the bed to keep him in bed, to keep him from falling out. But then it became a problem because if he had to go pee in the middle of the night, he couldn't get out of bed. One second. Sorry about that. I had to take a drink. I didn't think you wanted to watch or hear that. But what that has caused is for me to be on high alert. I never sleep through the night. Like for when he fell out of bed, I think it was Tuesday night, I bolted straight up like lightning. I mean, I was totally terrified he was having a seizure. And because of the way I have found him twice, there's a lot of fear in me that one morning I'm going to wake up and he's going to be gone. It causes constant stress, is that you're constantly, I don't know how to put this into words. You're constantly on edge. You're constantly like, even if I'm in a meeting, I will text him and say, I'm checking on you. How are you doing? If he doesn't answer within 5-10 minutes, I'm either calling his nurse or texting her, or I'm calling him. And at night, or like I've said, just taking a shower, that used to be like my quiet time, the only time I would get. If I hear a thump or anything, I'm out of that shower running down the hall. Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? Every noise is a reaction point. And a lot of people around me don't realize, I didn't think they did until the friend kind of pointed out that she didn't say I was like edgy, but you can tell that I'm constantly in go mode. I am constantly checking or doing this or doing that, or, there's always something going on. And that is part of my main reason for wanting to go it alone for a while. And it goes back to the fix-it comment. I don't want anybody to rush into my life and fix me. I don't want anybody to tell me how to fix myself. I want to be able to get back to the Jennifer I know on my own. And if that takes 2 years, 2 months, or 20 years, that's what it's going to take. I'm not going to put a time limit on myself. However, it's not something I want to put somebody else through. And it's not something I expect somebody else to fix within me. And that's what I mean by you shouldn't be fixing anybody. Nobody should be fixing you, and you shouldn't be fixing anybody. These boots were made for walking. And if the relationship is not all that and a bag of barbecue chips like you were hoping for, don't force it. Don't force it. There's a friend of mine that she had a string of bad relationships, bad husbands, bad boyfriends, bad whatever. And she pretty much gave up on the whole dating thing. The older she got, the crankier she got, the more man-hating she got. And to be honest, that's one of my fears. I have literally told my niece that if I get to that point, to please put me in check, because I don't want to be that hateful. And I understand where she's coming from. She had a couple of abusive relationships and had a tendency to gravitate towards those kind of guys, but and I'm not saying she's innocent. There's obviously a reason she was looking for that, but I don't want, the reason why I'm telling you this story is I don't want to be alone forever either. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm sure as shit not gonna force a relationship or put a band-aid over my issues to compensate for somebody coming into my life, if that makes any sense. And all I see, this is just things I've seen, are I don't know how to put this lightly, but mainly people commenting on videos and Instagram, you know, shorts and reels, and about somebody coming back to them, about somebody. Don't wait. Don't wait. Don't wait for anybody. Don't try to fix them. If they can't keep it at your house, let them keep it elsewhere. Don't. You cannot. The problem starts with the person. If they deem it their issue, then they can fix it. If you deem it an issue, you need to find somebody else. And that's my whole point of this. I did not choose. I hate to say on edge, because like right now I don't feel like I'm on edge. But I do know I'm kind of twitching the longer the video gets. You know, you're kind of like, oh, I haven't checked in with him for a half hour. Is he okay? But I don't expect anybody to waltz in and save me, fix me, or love me through it. I don't. I really would like just some woo-saw time. And what I mean by that is to be able to pick what I want to eat for dinner, to be able to watch what I want to eat, or watch what I want on TV, and just sit there and just be. No worries, no concerns. That's what I would like. So the next time you're in a relationship, or if you're currently in a relationship and you feel you gotta fix whoever, maybe open that door and walk the hell out. However, these are my opinions. One last little comment. If it comes down to the way somebody's treating you, I agree that that's on them. However, it's also on you for accepting it. And I don't mean by chewing him out and telling him, you need to do this, you need to do that. I mean by staying. You're accepting it by staying. The status quo does not change if you stay. I'm not saying that person won't ever come back and love you the way that you deserve. However, attempting to fix somebody for your benefit, I believe, is just completely wrong. But again, these are my opinions. I truly, if I have to walk down this road or path again, God forbid I go before John, that kind of scares me. He would be up a creek without a paddle, something fierce. But I want to love somebody just the way they are. Just the way they are. I don't want to change nothing. I don't want to fix nothing. I just want a nice, loving, caring partner. I don't want any more work. Just food for thought, guys. Okay. I'm going to get off this. I want you to know that I love you all. Please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Give me some ideas. Let me know what you want to talk about. And I think I might have somebody coming in to do a video on Saturday. We'll see, though. All right. Again, I love you all. I'm out. Have a wonderful, beautiful, stress-free weekend. Bye.